Hey there, YouTube. Cheers. Just drinking a little bit of zero sugar Gatorade. Hope everyone's having a great weekend, a great day. It's Sunday already. Seemed like I just left work on Friday afternoon and it's almost time to go back. But it's Sunday evening, August 17th, a little after 10 p.m. here. I've been wanting to get on and make this video for a while, but just, combination of laziness, busyness, and just uh, dragging my feet. And so, what I want to talk about today is for those of us who are fans of music, and if you're here at this channel, I take it that you are a fan of music. To what extent or degree? Be interested if you put that in the comments below. But and so the question really is, do I stream music like you all are probably doing here on YouTube's or other platforms? This is Treble. It's a app that you can download, and you can legally download music. And I like this one because you can download an entire album if it's available here, and you just watch some ads, gain coins, and you cost coins to listen to the music. But I've been using this app for, I don't know, probably 6 7 years. Never paid a dime, and I have plenty of music. But do you stream music in this phone? I have access to probably hundreds of thousands of songs, be it if I download it directly to this device, or I have a tablet, I have a laptop, but there's hundreds of thousands of songs at your disposal, yet I choose to still collect physical media. I collect CDs, as you can see at this pile of CDs. I collect promo 45s, and I can listen to these if I want to play music, or I can play some of these pile of LPs here that I can listen to if I want to hear music. I have well over 10,000 physical forms of media combined with vinyl records and CDs. I, I've got all of that. Yet, right here, I've got access to. Wow, that was unfortunate. Yet, let me turn off my phone. It's got a mind of its own. I apologize. Yet, though, in this device here, there's hundreds of thousands of songs, most of which is free. Or I had a subscription to Spotify that I canceled, and I think it was, I don't know, $8 9 a month. I just never used it, so I canceled it. But I can still listen to Spotify for free. Just watch some ads. And so with all of this, and in my phone, in my tablet, in my laptop, access to all of that music right at my fingertips, why would a person like me still rely on this physical media that isn't free, that I have to pay for? And it can be, depending on where I get this media from, it can be $1 or two, or it can be 70 $80 for one thing. But yet I choose to continue with this, even though it's just as convenient, probably if not more convenient, to just listen to music on a device, pull it up, and It'll create a playlist for you based on what you like, or it'll recommend stuff for you based on some of the stuff you played in the past. But why would a person like me still insist upon collecting physical media? And so that's the question that I'm asking those who watch. Do you collect still physical media, be it vinyl, be it CDs? I know cassette tapes are making a resurgence. I don't collect cassette tapes. When my mom passed away about a year and a half ago, she had lots of cassette tapes, and I inherited those along with the stereo system with the cassette player on there. I've never used it. I just keep it because it belonged to my mother. When I went to go use it a few weeks ago just to play it, but I realized I lost the power cord, so I'd have to order a new power cord. But I don't listen to cassettes, but a lot of people do. One of the local record stores that I go to, they sell reel to reel tapes, and they do it on Discogs, and they get orders anytime they get in a collection of reel to reel tapes. They sell them out almost immediately. And so, um, do you collect physical media, or do you prefer to stream your music using platforms like YouTube or Spotify or Treble, the app that I just showed you? There's a lot of different streaming platforms that you can use at a very nominal cost or even for free. And so I'd be interested in the comment section if you would just indicate what your preference is. And so for me, I think it's just the love of the music. And I come from a generation where growing up, we didn't have the internet. I was born in the early 70s. We didn't have the internet. We had radio. Our streaming service was the radio. But oftentimes we would have a boombox radio or a stereo. We listen to the radio, and we have a blank tape in there, listening for our favorite songs. And when it came on that you really really liked, you put it on that cassette tape so that you can rewind it and play that song whenever you wanted to. Or if you had some money, you can go down to the record store and buy some records. And so I come from a physical media time. I like reading. Uh, I like picking up an album like this and looking at the label and reading the liner notes and looking at the musicians that played on that album, looking at the producers and the songwriters, all who were involved, for familiar names. And those are just, and it's just something about, for me, sitting in front of that turntable and um, cleaning off the stylus and brushing off that album and putting it on the turntable and putting on and putting the needle on the wax and listening and watching it spin and look at the art and hear that sound, that analog sound that it was recorded in. It's just, that's, for me, that's, it's heaven for me, actually. And so I was talking to my cousin, oh, I don't know, about a month ago. And one of the things he said to me, well, what happens when you die? And what happens to your collection? You've spent all these years curating this collection, and you've got all of this stuff, and then what? And so I said, well, I don't know. I won't be here, so it doesn't matter. I hope that someone in my family will want these records, or if not, they can at least donate them or sell them to a record store. As a collector, I frequently go to um, used record stores here, and they get in collections all the time from people who have passed away or moved away or no longer want these records, and so things get recycled, and it it so the world turns. That same cousin, I don't know, a couple of years ago, he's older than me. He's in his 60s, and of course, he grew up. He had vinyl records, and then over the years, he moved out of state at one time, and so he eventually got tired of moving those records, and he gave them all away. But then a couple of years ago, a friend who was moving gave him a pretty good sized pile of records. I think it was probably over 100 of them in a turntable. He had a CD player. He already had a sound system, so he took that turntable home and connected it and played those records. And I don't know, after about a year, he got tired of it, and the snap, crackle, and pop he doesn't like, and having to get up every, if you're playing an album every 20-25 minutes to flip it over, or God forbid you're playing, one of these 45s, and you got to get up every 3 minutes. It just got to be too much for him, and so he doesn't play his records anymore. But I don't feel that same way, and I just enjoy the hunt of finding records, and then when you find them, listening to them and playing them and adding them to the collection, and then just going in sometime and just like I just have here, just getting some records and putting together a pile and sitting in front of the turntable for hours, sometimes just listening. And so I ask those who watch to uh, get down in the comment section, and how do you feel about that? What is your uh, position on that? Do you stream music or do you collect physical media? And so I want to thank you all again for watching and for spending a little time with me here today. I'll be uploading more music um, in the next coming days, and I hope that everyone is doing well out here. So much more I want to say on so many different topics. And I said, you know what? Instead of just playing music all the time, sometimes I'll just get on here and in my job, I talk to people a lot. I work part time in radio, and so I talk to the audience sometimes. And so I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks again for watching. Have a blessed and wonderful day, and cheers.